everyone, it's me, Tiff J. Tiff, and this is Two Black Artists in Conversation. This show is produced in collaboration with the travel agency. The travel agency connects emerging artists with resources to reach new audiences through live stream programming. Funding for Two Black Artists in Conversation was provided by the Luminary Futures Fund Regranting Initiative. So we want to thank them for that. How's it going, everyone? Say hi to me in the chat and welcome our guest, Syrhea.
What is up?
How you doing? Hey, girl. Hey.
Oh, hey, what's up, Tiff?
What's up? So we were talking off camera before we started about your technology ban. And how let's go back. So Miss Syrhea here just got her first iPhone.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Applause, if you will. And we are just talking about how she is you're like everyone's crazy aunt, right? Like you're
Yeah,
the one without the technology.
I guess if you want to, put me in that box, like I definitely hit a lot of the check marks in it. I mean, maybe not.
No, you don't.
Like,
no.
Just me kind of being resistant to having and owning smart technology. So having this is, yes, I got an iPhone. This is the first smartphone I ever had. And anyone who's watching who knows me knows that I said the moment they stop making smartphones is the moment that I will likely go without a phone. But and I went without a phone before in the past, but that was a different time in my life, and it's just it's really not possible for me right now, especially the way the system has been built. And the only reason why I really succumbed and got, I still have Wally. Okay, Wally's still here because I haven't got the phones over, haven't transferred the phone numbers just yet.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to take my dad out for lunch to show him I love him and appreciate him. And I couldn't see the menu without a QRL code. And I'm like, Dad, can I have your phone? Like, figure out what I want to eat. And the same kind of thing happened, Tiffany, whenever we went to the open air series.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't order any food or drinks because I didn't have a smartphone to scan the QRL code. And they went to the On Guard hotel, like everywhere. I was just like, oh God, it's happening. Like it's happening. I can't exist in this and it's really kind of messed up because a lot of people just don't have access to a smartphone. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I chose, but what about the people who really truly can't afford?
Right.
Leaving folks behind deliberately.
Well, is it? Yeah, it's leaving them. That's kind of sad. I don't like that either. I like the idea that you can control how you communicate. And at first, no one ever had an owl or a carrier pigeon. So now it's just gone the way of cell phones. Like my mom's cell phone, I swear, I'm like, how is this even a cell phone? Like it doesn't make any sense to me. I think it's mainly because it's a Samsung cell phone. And I just my brain is just not wired to understand that type of technology. So I look at it and I'm like, I don't even know what this does. Like she hands it to me. She's like, why don't you find the QR code for this? And I'm like, I don't know what? And one ear out the other. I don't understand. Speak in Apple to me, please. Thank you. Like I just couldn't get it. Syrhea, how did we meet? Do you remember?
Okay, maybe.
Yes.
The way I remember meeting you, and our stories might be different, so I'm really interested in what you're going to say, was whenever I was managing that building in South St. Louis on Virginia, and you came through to see the space, and I was the DJ in residence at the Contemporary Art Museum.
Yeah.
I'm not a DJ, by the way, but I was the DJ in residence at the Contemporary Art Museum. So I think I might have seen like, hey, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Black person in the space. Hey, what's up?
Yes.
But whenever you came to view the space for your art studio, that's my memory of okay, this is Tiffany Sutton. She's a photographer. She does this. She works here. She does dope stuff. And I feel like that's when our friendship and our relationship truly formed. But I don't remember when we first met on the real.
I don't either. That's why I asked you. All I remember is thinking, why won't she call me back? I really want to rent this studio. And then I met you, and then I realized that busy. And I was like, oh, that's why. She's completely busy. That makes sense. That makes sense. And
sorry for keeping you waiting. I didn't realize.
No, but in actuality, I was just anxious. You know how it is when you get your first studio space, and you finally feel like an artist, and you're like, okay, going to the studio space. Where is it? And I just remember being there. I saw you, and I remember thinking, oh, I can't play my music loud, or what if she doesn't like the death metal I kind of like, but like I listen to death metal, but still, I remember I was playing the Yeah Yeah Yeahs.
Oh, might have been.
No, because I could never find Show the Bones.
Show the Bones. Yeah, Show Me the Bones.
Show the Bones. It was Show the Bones, and I remember I was playing it, and I guess I didn't realize you were home, and I was playing it kind of loud. And I remember thinking, oh crap, I bet Syrhea's home. Let me turn it down. And then like a couple of minutes later, you had come down. You were like, why'd you turn the music down or something? You had said something like that, like, oh, Tiffany's up here playing. Yes, that's great. I didn't know we both had these assumptions, and maybe not assumptions, but like this, we weren't sure to ask each other. It's like a typical new person meet. Like, I also like the yes. You do. Okay, good. It's like one of those things. It's pretty interesting to meet someone like that. It's a bit special when you meet a fellow Black person who likes the music you like.
Yeah, I don't even know if I even told you that a former bandmate of mine and I, we did like 3 Yeah cover sets over, I don't even remember what year it was, because I don't know what's going on right now. I think it was like either 2017 or 2018 is around there. It definitely wasn't 2019. But we did 3, like the end of 2017 into the end of 2018 or whatever. And yeah, it's the first time I've ever really kind of done covers on the real, like as an actual performance. And it was a lot of fun. Like, and I was Karen O and Nick. I was playing the guitar and vocals, while Mick was on the drums, and wide control. That's the whole reason why that thing started. The whole idea started.
Yeah.
Like that was the jam, man. Like,
yeah, I love that album. Yeah. I love it. My favorite album is Show the Bones. I probably listen to that one the most, and I'll probably listen to that more on L. Get my record player started again at the studio. So I'm interested in. Do you see your website up on the screen?
I do. I guess if you move it around, am I gonna?
Do you see it now?
Well, let me just go ahead and click watch stream. I do see it.
Okay.
Oh boy, I see that maybe I should go in there and tighten some things up. But
really? Okay.
I mean, it is what it is. Like whenever you're trying to do everything yourself, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So tell us about Chill Hype.
So Chill Hype is an album I just released back in May 1st. It is May 1st though. Hey. Okay, but Chill Hype was released on April 16th, so it's been like 2 weeks. It is a double album. It is an hour and 8 minutes long. It is a seamless album, so each track bleeds into the next track. It's the intention for you to listen to the song is to block out an hour and 8 minutes and listen to the whole entire thing. I really feel like our culture is shifting to where full pieces of work, full albums are not being appreciated. We're just kind of getting in there and hitting those singles and jumping out. And also I find with younger folks, because I am a teaching artist, they don't even want to listen to the whole song. Man, that be getting on my nerves. They're like, Miss Syrhea, have you heard this? I'm like, okay, yeah, okay. And then a minute in, they're like, okay. I'm like, whoa, what are you doing? Let the whole song play. Like, oh no, it doesn't. It's not. I'm like, please just let the whole, like that really kind of gets on my nerves a little bit. Just like, I remember one time I was at this show and this up and coming rapper was performing his stuff. I forgot his name. I'm so sorry. But he wouldn't even let, like after his verses were done, his choruses were done, and it's like the instrumentals kind of just like playing through. I guess he was just too uncomfortable to be on stage and not have anything to say. So he would signal to the DJ to cut it off and go to the next song. I'm like, let your songs play out.
Wow. I've never heard of that. I've always heard of people going extra, like the jam session. Like, and then I'm looking at my watch like, okay, this song needs to end. It's been 20 minutes. I'm ready for the next song, please. I like now the idea. Okay, one, I feel like unfortunately, you're not the new person to do this, but I do feel like you're new to do it recently. I remember listening to Stevie Wonder's, and I'm obsessed with this stupid album. It's not stupid. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. Is oh my God, why can I never remember the title? Uh oh well, we'll think of it later. Let's try PJ Harvey, a completely different artist. Oh, Songs in the Key of Life. There we go.
The Key of Life. I'm like, keep going. Don't stay with Steve.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I can't think of the title. I never could think of the title. Anyways, it's a it's a 4 album set, or 4 records, 2 album. And every time I listen to it, I have to listen to the whole thing. Like I can't just like stop in the middle of sound of like side 1 and be like, okay, I'm done with this album. Like I can never do that. Is that what you were thinking, that most people our age do that, or you're trying to get some other people into it, or some new voices, some new ears?
Yeah, I don't think I was being as intentional of like age group. I just knew as a culture we had been shifting in that direction of our intention span being really, really short for a long time. People just kind of wanting to get in and get the hits and then move on. And it's just like I remember one guy, he's telling me that Purple Rain is one of the best records ever, which who's going to argue with that on the real? Yeah. But then he would always just say he would automatically just start with side B and start with side. I'm like, are you kidding me? You don't even listen to the first half. I'm like, how can you sit here and say that? Like, say it's the best record and you don't even listen to the first half. Like, I don't understand that. And he's around our age group. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a weird thing. But like, everything became seamless. It wasn't like intentional. Like I wanted the album to be seamless. It just became seamless because of my residency at the Contemporary Art Museum in 2019. So I realize I'm really bad about this, and I should probably just clarify for any viewers who don't know who I am. I'm Syrhea Conaway. I have a 1-person band where I live loop a bunch of instruments and use a bunch of effects pedals and mixers and whatnot to be a 1-person band. And it goes by Sinus So Pro. Sinus So Pro has been performing out in St. Louis for way too long, since like 2007.
There you go.
In that, our approach has changed quite a lot. We used to only do live looping. In 2019, the residency at CAM, we decided to shift from everything is being performed in front of you 100% live to, okay, we're going to loop and have backing tracks also support, because honestly, me as Syrhea Conaway, I felt like live looping was becoming a limit to what I could do.
Really?
I felt like I explored every possible avenue to construct and build a song live that I possibly could, and now it was becoming a limitation. Like also just even trying to build a chord progression that's not just the A section repeating over and over again, but having a B section was so difficult to execute from time to time that sometimes you just don't want to put all this extra pressure onto yourself. Like I did it because I really enjoyed the challenge, but I've done it for over a decade. I don't need to prove anything to anybody, and I want to expand myself as an artist. So Chill Hype is the fan favorites per se that were built on going to the Contemporary Art Museum, seeing the exhibitions, reading the artist bios, and writing music based on my experiences, responding to their pieces. But most of the songs on Chill Hype are the filler songs that I just needed to fill 2 hours of space. So because I'm not a DJ, you know, I'm not a DJ, so I wasn't gonna go into the museum and just play other people's stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I also wanted to have the elements of a DJ mixing from one song to the next. So that's why everything became seamless. But you know, I did my best, and some, like for example, Christine Corday's exhibition, Relative Points. I think I got a good 45 minutes of material out of it. That's 45 minutes out of 2 hours.
Yeah.
I needed some more content.
Yeah, about an hour and 15. Yeah, more or less.
So,
you know.
These were the songs that kind of were played once they were created. They were kind of trickled in at almost every first Friday. Now, I will say on Chill, 4 of the 6 tracks on Chill were directly from Paul Sepoya's Deconstructed Gaze exhibition. That one really spoke to me, and I really wanted to capture that on this record. As far as everyone else's exhibitions at CAM, I have, as you can imagine, hours and hours and hours of material that I'm sitting on. And I'm not sure if I'm going to release it or not. I wonder if it's just like that was for that time period. You missed it. You know, like everything have to be documented for and monetized.
Right.
Or just documented. Sometimes, you know, that moment was where it needed to exist and it doesn't need to exist anymore.
Well, it's strange now. Oh, wait, we have a couple of comments from Easy Maestro. Great album. I'm not sure if they're talking about Chill Hype or songs.
Stevie Wonder.
Either way, I feel the same. And then they also say agreed. So I think that person agrees with us. Thank you, Easy Maestro. Anyway, so how did you? Because that's why I also remember I was an intern. I'll tell you a secret. I was an intern at CAM when you were the DJ in residence, and I also worked at CAM, and I was also the teaching artist at CAM. So it was a lot of weird things. But I remember overhearing them saying that your performance during the data ball was one that people really, really enjoyed. Like everyone was hyped up about it and everything, and I remember going, "Oh, that used to be my landlady." All right, I'll tell her about that. My landlady.
Not really your landlady, just your proper
never really
manager,
my landlady.
Building manager lady. I didn't know the land.
She was a building manager, maybe building manager. Yeah, she didn't own the land, but we loved her anyway. She's. Yeah. I like to call her my land. It's just fun to say that.
For those that don't know, Tiffany has me saved in her phone as landlady.
Landlady. Everyone else is bomb ass artist, but except for Syrhea, she is landlady. But I need to change that actually. So I'm just going through some of your live photos here. And
yeah, I need to update these.
Yeah, they're super old. But you know. No, I mean, like, they're awesome. They're just, you know, a little dated. Oh, this looks familiar. Where was this shot at? Do you see this?
I do. Can you take the cursor off of it so it can darken?
Yeah.
I can't. Oh yeah, okay. That's Happy Trails. That's Happy Trails Festival. It was a benefit show in Alton, Illinois. I did an acapella set. So I just sang live looped and used my voice the whole entire time. Didn't use any other instrumentation. That was a phase. I'm putting that in quotes that I was going through because, to be honest, I was getting burned out and just tired of lugging my gear around all the time. I mean, like, it was just too much. It was too much work and only to play 30 minutes. Just like, oh my god.
Oh, so much gear.
So much.
Photography is kind of like that too. It's like, how many times do I want to lug up and down big 4x5 camera and about 3 light kits, plus the stands, plus the boxes? It's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have like the roughest go of things because they're always so heavy, and there's always stairs. Why is there never an elevator? There's never an elevator.
I just performed at the Lucas Schoolhouse. April. I'm like, when was it? April 17th. And I haven't been there since 2008, whenever the venue shut down. And it was really nostalgic, but maybe not necessarily in a good way.
Oh, wow.
In
Yeah.
the sense of like, wow, here I am in this space that looks very much the same as it did, over a decade ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, kind of asking myself the question of like, man, why am I still here? Why do
Yeah.
I still feel there's certain limitations in
Mm-hmm.
the city of St. Louis where you kind of hit a ceiling and it's hard for you to expand beyond the local scene uh,
Right.
because of the lack of industry. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but that it is what it is. It was a beautiful show. It was a beautiful night. It moved my heart in so many different ways because you just starve for connection with other humans.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
just like seeing other humans' excitement and just them being on stage and just like them also releasing all these
Mm-hmm.
things of just not being able to do. It's like, music for a lot of us is a way to process our own emotions and process our own
Right.
traumas. And even music for us as creators is the same thing. You're writing things as you're working through things that are happening in your real life.
Mm-hmm.
And to not be able to express yourself um in that way. I mean, yes, you can do it for yourself in your own home, but
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it's that exchange beyond
Right.
the creation. It's the exchange. It's feeling the energy of the people in the
Mm-hmm.
audience. So I did a couple virtual shows, and it was weird, man. I mean, and honestly,
Yeah.
like me, I'm not the most comfortable person. I know this is maybe hard to believe, but I don't. I'm not very comfortable in front of a camera.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I can talk to you like this. I mean, it's
Yeah.
fine.
It's a
You've
web
we've
camera.
done Yeah, we've done photo shoots together. I've
Yeah.
I've modeled for you and other people as well. But even
Mm-hmm.
even then, there's a part of me that's kind of like, this lens feels really weird. I don't know where I should be looking. Should I look
Yeah.
right?
And
And
that's why I always tell my models where to look because I know that feeling of them just like, should I stare deadly at you? You know, should I look like this? Should I look over here? I'm like, no, my hand. Just look at this finger. It'll be fine.
right.
Yeah.
So you're when performing, and performing at a venue that's being live streamed someplace
Mhm.
else is was really weird.
Yeah.
It felt completely it was hard to even believe that it was the actual performance. It felt like a dress rehearsal,
Mm.
a tech
Mhm.
tech run of show and not the actual show because
Mhm.
you can't make those subtle eye contact moments with the audience to see like, yeah, they're digging it. Or
Yeah.
like, what I'm
Right.
saying? Like of like, just being in the
Mhm.
space and just having those connections. Uh,
Mhm.
so it was really beautiful. Oop. Let's silence this thing. It was
Oh, is Eva doing some nonsense, or is that Wally?
that was not Wally. Wally ain't smart. This was a Google Calendar notification. I don't know what this telling me to do because
Oh.
it must be for tomorrow. It's for
Oh,
tomorrow.
okay. Oh, Google's ahead of its time.
Yeah. Just
Um, just a little bit overzealous to tell you about information happening. Okay, so now we're looking at oh, what is this about? The agitators.
oh man.
Tell me more. Tell me about this one.
So this was the Agitators was an upstream theater
Mhm,
production, and the Agitators is written by Matt Smart, and it's about
mhm,
basically Susan B. Anthony and Frederick Douglass and their 45-year like relationship, whether they were friends, frenemies, whatever you want to call it.
mhm.
It was just kind of chronicalizing, if that's the right word. I don't
Right,
even know if
right, right.
their
I get
their
what you're
relationship.
saying. Yeah.
And so they asked me, Upstream Theater asked me to be a part of the production, not only because of my abilities of writing music from writing original music to support visual content, but
Mhm,
also me being a multi instrumentalist as well as me being a Black woman. Because
mhm,
as you can tell, Susan B. Anthony was all about the women's suffrage and women's rights, and
mhm.
Frederick Douglass was all about Black equity,
Yes,
like
yes.
freedom.
Right. Mirror and then together. You
And so
know.
they were doing a lot of this, a little bit of oppression Olympics a bit. And
Yeah.
the director, Lisa Tajaro, really wanted me to be a part of it, being both Black and both a woman. And she really wanted to. She asked me a lot of questions of who I identified the most with during, like, in the play, like reading the scripts. And you know, I'm not gonna lie, it's Frederick Douglass. But Susan had a lot of points. I'm like, you know, that's true too. You know, it was both and.
Oh
But
yeah.
I would say I would be leaning more towards Frederick Douglass. So I did the original score for that production, and man, one night I'm never gonna forget, because it's kind of traumatic, and I'm getting a little emotional. But
oh no,
man, so like
take a deep
we
breath.
had a 3-week run, and at the start of the second week, that was the night before all my stuff got stolen.
Oh no, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, including my violin that I've had since I was 7, and there's like a really big scene about Frederick Douglass's house got burned down by the KKK, and Susan shows up to support, but you know he's in his feelings and he's fucking pissed. I'm sorry, can I cuss? My bad. He's angry. He's angry.
Yeah.
And you know, in the anger, he finds the case to his violin, because Frederick Douglass is a violinist, and he opens the case, and the violin is completely undamaged and unscathed. And that the night before my stuff got stolen, I'm using my mom's violin because I needed to replace all this gear so the show could still go on. There's no stop show in theater, right? So whenever he grabbed that, and I moonlighted playing for him. Woof! It was just flowing. I'm like, oh, somebody's telling me that. Like, I was really feeling it that day.
I know this moment was very rough for you. I remember that. I think all musicians felt for you and all artists felt for you, because it's the thought of like, if I had my favorite, like the camera I've had since I was 15 stolen, like tears, and like I don't even know how I would. And my cameras are easily replaced. You know, it's that particular camera.
It's like you have
a particular one.
It's a connection, man. I've had that instrument for 28 years of my life.
Oh, yes.
You it's, and I'm still not able to really. I'm not emotionally able I'm not emotionally in the space to like replace it yet.
Yeah,
I have one that I'm using, but I can't bring myself to give up on it. Like the bass guitar, you know, and even the guitar I'm really upset about too, but you know, bass only had for like maybe 7, 8 years, guitar maybe 12. But that violin was like nearly 3 decades of my life.
Right, yeah. Yeah, that's something you grow up with. You became an adult with that one. With that.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Easy Maestro says, I would cry if my violin got stolen. I think, like I said, we would all cry. I think, you know, like I was really like kind of caught off guard that someone would want instruments in a way. Like I was just kind of like, but how much money could you? That's more sentimental, right? Like how much money could you even get for it? Like I was just like, why bother?
I mean, I know they're not going to get what it's actually worth, because I don't think they knew exactly how much it was worth.
Yeah.
And I think maybe you're desperate. You just don't care. They grabbed everything that was easy to carry. So they didn't get everything, thank God, but still they grabbed everything that was easy to carry, which was like $5,000 worth of stuff that, you know, I had no means to really replace all of it. But you know, I think whenever you're desperate and maybe you're not well mentally, and maybe you are using different drugs or vices and whatnot, you know, you're not thinking about the impact of other people. You're just trying to think about how you can get to the next thing you want to get to. So I can't even really be mad at the folks. You know, I know who did it. It's just, you know, trying to track where the instruments are so I can like reunite with them. But you know, I don't harbor any anger towards the folks anymore. But still at the same time, it sucks.
Would you recognize it if you were to see it?
Oh, girl!
Yeah, I know. I don't know why I asked that question.
Girl, come on now.
I know. I don't know why I asked. I would recognize all my cameras. I would be like, that's mine. Why? That's mine. I'm just looking at your website because I've never actually, I mostly see your Instagram, actually.
Yeah. I try.
So yeah, because you don't do a lot on, let's look at merch.
I'm like kind of not really the social media person for real. It is what it is.
So we have travel agent Rick would like to ask, where did the Sina So Pro name come from? Oh, I've always wondered that myself.
Okay, so yeah, Sina So Pro. I'm at the time whenever I started Sina So Pro, I had this negative, bad thought about myself, similar to what we were kind of talking about off camera, Tiffany, of just not really appreciating and valuing your own self and your own abilities, kind of tearing yourself down mentally. So at the time period, I felt like I was a great composer and songwriter, but I didn't really feel confident in my lyric writing abilities, which that's not true at all about myself, and naming things. So
okay,
So Pro was like my workaround to get just like, hey, I got all these songs, I want to put it out there on MySpace.
Right, up in MySpace.
And I need to name this. Oh my God, what am I going to name it? I don't know what I'm going to do. So Sina So Pro is literally it stands for Syrhea Conaway's solo project.
Are you kidding me? I never saw that.
Yes, SY is the first and second letter of my first name. NA is the third and the fourth letter of my last name. Sina So Pro, Sina Solo Project.
Oh my goodness.
And after I started it, I kind of regretted it because I didn't see it as Sina So Professional or something like that. I was like, oh, that's not what I meant at all. But I was getting a lot of traction, and I knew if I changed the name, that would kill it. So I kept it. And I'm glad I have, because if you Google it, I'm literally the only thing that comes up. Literally. And it's become associated with Syrhea Conaway too. If you Google Syrhea Conaway, you'll see Sina So Pro come up too. So I had to pat myself on the back a little bit for branding.
There you go.
Because I started to play on the words of like, Sina's so excited. Sina's so thrilled. Sina's so slow, and anytime I'm on social media and I post as Sina So Pro, I really kind of refer to Sina So Pro as we, because I
noticed that.
It's me as Syrhea Conaway, but it's also different aspects of Syrhea Conaway that makes Sina So Pro. So it's always about the we and not the me. Because it's mentally, for me, that makes sense, but also I know I'm the only person in this band.
Yes.
I know I'm writing all the music, but at the same time, I wanted to connect and touch other people. And I feel like whenever you use terminology and language that expresses a group and not just an individual, draw people into it. So it's always we, and us.
I get it. When I use the term we, it's me, myself, and I, and my mom. Me, myself, I, and my mom. So there's 4 of us, and we work together in tandem, and it's a lot of fun. So that's really interesting that I've never looked at your name that way. Okay, that's cool. So now, I see it now. Okay, cool. Did you freeze?
No, I'm still here. Did you freeze?
I thought you froze. So I was like, oh, I'm just talking away. Interesting. So we have some people on the stream chat. We have a restream bot. Oh, I don't know if I'm supposed to say that. By a YouTuber named Patrick Moya. He says mercy. So I'm not sure what that's in reference to. Maybe. Oh, is he just saying hi? Hi.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going? Anyways, I want to talk to you about your upcoming project, or if you're touring anytime soon. Now that you've been vaccinated. You haven't been vaccinated yet, have you? Or did you? I don't even know why I asked you that question, because I know you a little bit well, and I know your answer was like, actually, Tiffany, But go
I mean, I
ahead.
don't think they're making any stipulations on, you know, people who aren't vaccinated can't like perform live or anything. So I don't think that's
Yeah.
the barrier. Is just, you know,
Mhm.
has the country as a whole really kind of opened up um,
Mhm.
to allowing you know, kind of small artists like myself to really actually, am I going to get a return of investment? Am I going to be in the red
Mhm.
trying to do a tour? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
Right.
the expenses, the cost that it takes to put on a tour hasn't changed,
Mm-mm.
but definitely the
Mhm.
expectations of income from COVID has.
Yeah.
So it's really just weighing like, is this the right time? And I
Mhm.
feel like it isn't,
Mm.
simply because of, you know, not only what I'm doing in my life here in St. Louis as a teaching artist and you know, those commitments of whatever boards that I serve on, and also this, you know, um, situation where I'm working with a group of people building something new in the city. I don't think
Right.
timing is right for me to try to tack on a tour on top of
Mhm.
that, because if that's the case, I wouldn't even be here in this space. I'd be probably
Mhm.
hotel room doing this interview touring after the album came out.
Oh
So
wow.
no, I mean, I'm doing a lot of stuff locally, but as far as regionally, I'm just going to go ahead and just table that for now.
Mhm.
You know, if opportunities come up in the future, absolutely. You know, 2022 just kind of seems like a better year to
Yeah.
focus
Yeah.
energy onto
Yeah.
that than right now. And if I have new content, which I do, which I do, I mean, I have too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'll you know, I'll sprinkle in some of those to get people kind of excited for the next thing. I just haven't really decided what I want the next thing to be just yet.
Right.
But no, no touring uh at this time period. Putting a pin on it.
Putting a pin. Well, you
But
never know.
to my fans overseas across the pond,
Uh-oh.
I'm looking at you, you know, London and Poland. Yo, hey, I will jump on a plane in a heartbeat to come through and play for y'all. Like for reals, reals. So let's go ahead and put that out there.
Yes, put it out there.
If
Manifest.
y'all know how to
Yes.
treat your artists and, you know, your arts and culture in your country.
Mhm.
And I would love to like be a part of that and experience that on the real, as opposed to a country for the most part that just devalues it on the regular,
Mm.
but uses it all the time. Oh, so annoying.
No, that's interesting that you said that because I believe Tonina said something similar when I had with her. Just she blew up in Spain, for instance, and that's where most of her followers come from. Where do most of your followers reside? Are they in Europe or are they like just kind of generally across America?
I feel like most of my fans this
Or the
time,
United States?
at least as the far as analytics are showing me, is mostly
Mhm.
in the United States. But this record
Hmm.
has pinged, you know, a lot of things overseas. I made like a
Ooh,
best tracks of the week in 2 different countries overseas
nice.
from this
Were those
record.
countries England and Poland?
Yeah, so it could be a situation where this is the starting point to really expand the audience more
Mhm.
in other countries. And I'm talking all the countries. What's up? What's up, China? What's up, Japan? Hey, what's up, Ghana? Don't think I'm not gonna come through to the African countries, y'all. Like, what is
Yeah.
up, friends? Let's do this.
Manifest it, girl. That you can do it.
Australia.
Yeah. Oh my God. Wouldn't it be amazing to tour in Australia? That would be. It would take a whole day to get there, one, but just fine. Because once you're there, you're there, and their quarantine is like tight. So they didn't really even, as far as I know, they didn't really have too much,
Yeah, I
or it
don't.
wasn't as bad or something. I'm not positive, but I'm not the news, so.
Yeah, I wasn't paying that close. I wasn't paying that close attention.
Yeah,
I was in
I'm
my
not the
own.
news. So, any music video plans?
Yeah, there are two. Well, first of all, let me just highlight this since you have it on the screen. I just want to give shouts out to Von Muren. That's at VonMuren. She
Mhm.
designs my beautiful album covers for this record. She's a dope graphic designer,
Mhm.
animator that I just really want to acknowledge and uplift at this moment. please follow her. Von Muren Illustrations. I had to take these designs and make merchandise out of it. I mean, like, and once that happened, I mean, it's been kind of going in a really like surprisingly positive direction. I don't know why surprising. I'm gonna stop saying.
Yeah, why? What? Well, you mean obviously good direction.
The direction of it's meant to go. So I just want to say that. Thank you, Vaughn. If you're watching, that's a big heart for you because I don't know how to do reactions on this platform. So yeah, there are 2 music videos that are out, both created by Zlatko Kosic.
Which are they on your website?
Yeah, they're on the website. They're also on the Instagram. This is so weird looking at this from this angle.
Is it?
Yeah, that video still is. That's actually Zlatko. So if you click on music videos, it'll play all the music videos in like a little playlist.
Nice.
So he did "When Can I See You" from the album Chill, and "To Worry Isn't Love Doll" from the album Hype, and they're just absolutely beautiful. And I'm glad to finally be able to work with Zlatko. He's been asking for quite a while, and I was just so busy. He's like, just sing me songs. I'm like, man, I gotta check with the label first. Like, For Practically Everyone Records, FPE Records, are out in Chicago. So this record, Chill, Hype, and Box were both released on FPE, even though whenever I signed with FPE, I had released Loop Talk Volume 2, but we just decided let's have Box be the first record. So I owe them one more album. Not to say I have any intentions of just like jumping ship, but I signed a 3-album contract with FPE Records.
Nice.
So yeah, Zlatko, he just created these beautiful, beautiful videos, and I wanted it to all the artwork, and this includes the album artwork as well, because I went to CAM and I was writing music based off the visuals. I sent Zlatko and Vaughn like kind of rough mixes of the album, and I wanted them to compose, their visuals from the sonic, from the sound. And I just wanted to kind of complete this cycle of creation of just, being influenced by something else and just doing what you feel.
Right.
I think it was perfect. They all came out perfect. Like, obviously the album I was totally into because like Vaughn just knew. It's like she knew. Like she knew. Like looking at that, I'm like, oh yeah, that's me. I'm like, I can see the stars and everything. Like whenever I write music, I'm always kind of thinking, my head's kind of always in the universe.
Yeah.
I'm not grounded in earth. I feel like I'm grounded. I'm not grounded. I'm just floating in the universe.
Yeah.
In space. And she got the colors of like, really digging on the kind of like the 80s, 90s blue and pink. What's the neon's the color I'm looking at.
Yeah.
It's just, I look at it and I'm like, that's me. And then with Zlatko, the music videos, it wasn't exactly what I had imagined it to be, but I like that, especially with When Can I See You. I really just like how slow it is. And to be fair and honest with myself and my own work, that song is that song is very slow and very longing and very you're just missing the people that you love, you're missing the things that you love. Even though I wrote that way before this pandemic, it just fit.
Yeah.
It was perfect. And just like nature, been sitting a lot in the backyard, just like contemplating and meditating and whatnot. And so seeing the little swirling seeds, not what they're actually called, the Samara seeds, like swirling.
I always call them helicopters.
Yeah, I call them helicopters too, but apparently that's not what they're called in like.
No, that's just my terminology.
Yeah,
our generation's terminology for those things.
Yeah, but just like seeing the wind take all of them, and you're just like, oh wow, this is the most beautiful thing I've seen today. And it's just something so simple, but you just remember childhood and just like and not really think anything of it because maybe you're playing soccer in your friend's backyard or something, or like, I don't want to play outside. I want to play Street Fighter 2 Turbo on Super Nintendo. Like, what I'm saying? Like,
those kids that were lucky enough to have parents that believed saved and video game machines, video
Oh,
games.
my brother and I we busted our butts. We had our own kind of like landscaping business where we would go and mow people's lawns and help them plant flowers.
Oh.
And we would get paid, and that is how we paid for all of our gaming systems. We had subscriptions to Nintendo Power. I mean, we were 100% gamers before gamers was the term.
Wow.
I didn't realize that a lot of the reasons why I enjoyed the gaming experience was the awesome sound design of some of these video games. Like, I remember writing Nintendo Power specifically, writing Nintendo Power about the Donkey Kong Country series, especially Donkey Kong Country 2, but Donkey Kong Country 1 too as well. I was like, look, Nintendo Power, hey, Nintendo Power, I really love Donkey Kong Country and Donkey Kong Country 2. Like, can you like somehow contact like the gamers to make a CD, because I really want to listen to the music all the time, but I don't want to have to like play the level or navigate through the world map to listen to the song that I want to hear. And they never responded. But
they were like, this crazy American. What's her problem?
But I don't know, maybe like 6 months later, Donkey Kong Country 3 came out.
Oh.
Nintendo Power has started promoting get Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, and 3 CDs. I own them. I have the CDs. Now they're, obsolete because you can just look it up on YouTube. But at the time, YouTube wasn't around. Man, I was rocking that stuff. Oh, man. Bump Crash. And Sticker Bush Symphony. Man, the music was a big part of it. And I didn't realize that I was that kid. I mean, movies, too. Music was a big part of me playing movies. And I didn't really put it together. I just thought everybody thought that. And that's not how everybody's brain works.
Wow.
So, yeah, I'm not much of a gamer anymore. But, I'm really behind on consoles. Like, literally, I had my GameCube hooked up because I wanted to play Wind Waker. I wanted to play Zelda during the pandemic.
Oh, okay. I'm like, I don't know what
you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay. Yay!
So yeah.
Anyways,
I want to put this out in the universe too.
Put it out there.
Hire me to write music for your video game, okay?
Yeah, she's on it. Let's find out where your contact information is, by the way. Put that in here. Sorry, I gotta go back.
Well, just go to the menu. Hit the menu.
Oh, duh.
And then contact.
There you go. Oh, I love it.
No, right?
LOL. Love
it. sinalsodalproject@gmail.com.
Yep, it does. Go for it.
Sign up on the mailing list. I'm actually utilizing the mailing list for real. I'm making myself do it. Go ahead and sign up.
Go.
I'm send out a blast tomorrow. Tomorrow. I'm doing virtual show, virtual notes from home at the Sheldon, live at the Sheldon Concert Hall on May 25th. And it's a free event. So, I'm going to play Chill Hype in its entirety. Well, I got to shave 8 minutes. I only have an hour on the program. So I got to figure out how I'm going to shave the 8 minutes, but that's okay. That's my problem and not y'all's problem. So
that's true.
Come through for that. Also, Bandcamp Friday is coming up on May 7th. So if you want to make, buy the record and ensure that the artist actually gets the money, the proceeds, perfect time to do it. And the album is also available on all digital platforms, not all of them, but most of them, Spotify, Pandora, what's the other one? I mean, there's YouTube Music, what's iHeartRadio, there's
is there Apple? Is
Apple Music, yes, Apple Music. There's so many.
There's so many? Really? I literally know, like, I didn't realize there were so many.
I can't see the
records mostly.
Like, Audio Mac is like this new thing. I mean, this is only a digital release, but if you sign up on the mailing list, I am going to be doing a special print run of the album of CDs where I'm going to make the CDs myself. Nice. I'm going to customize little note inside of the CD if you want, and then put it out there if for those y'all who really want to have like a physical copy. Unfortunately, I can't do vinyl. Duplication of vinyl is just not in the budget right now, friends. Right. Still trying to recover from 2020, y'all. Okay, man.
Yes. Manifest that too. Manifest it.
Straight up.
Say it out loud and it will come to you, you know?
Maybe it'll be like a Simon So Pro, like 20 years celebration of existence. Hey, Chill Hype, it's out on vinyl. Come through.
Pretty much. I mean, that sounds like a plan to me. So, okay, musician Syrhea, what are you listening to anything not your
Uh-oh. Did I lose you, Tiffany? What'd you say?
Oh, sorry, I probably mumbled that. Are you listening to something that's not your music?
Well, I mean, it comes and goes. It may seem kind of strange for folks who are not musicians or even musicians. A lot of times, I don't listen to anything unless except for the things in my own head. But you know, I gotta do a big shout though because everything that Trayvon Griffith does. I don't know if you're watching Trey. Trey, I don't know if you're watching, but I'm a big fan of yours. Trey's music is so emotionally healing and so positively uplifting. And Trey executes with his music what I think I'm doing, but I'm not quite sure if I'm doing it on the level.
Right.
And it could just be like an apples and oranges thing. I'm not trying to compare myself to Trey because he's got it all. He's got the singing, he's got the choreography, the dancing, just the whole production. Where I don't put that much attention and effort into my live performances, but Trey's stuff will be on repeat.
Okay.
He's a local artist here in St. Louis. You better get on the Trey train before he's gonna blow up.
He is. He is gonna blow up.
Blow.
Have him on the show too.
Yes. Blow up.
Yeah.
I've been kind of cycling back to a lot of the Daft Punk stuff because since the announcement came out, they were breaking up or they're splits. So just a bit of nostalgia on that. A lot of the things I've been listening to have been seamless albums like Chill Hype. So your Explosions in the Sky stuff. I mean, even Sigur Rós a bit. But locally, obviously, I spoke of Trey. There's this new bands. Well, maybe they're not new. I'm just new to me that do really, really, really great work that I'm a very big fan of called Jesus Christ Supercar. Their album's coming out next this month. It's just fun rock music. Really strong, really tight vocal harmonies. I'm a big fan, and of course, I gotta pump my boy Larry Morris, Illphonics. Their record's gonna be coming out soon, later on this month. So I'm looking forward to that as well. There's a lot of people releasing a lot of really good stuff that it's hard to keep up. And I'm maybe not the greatest person on keeping up with it, but if I were to be completely honest, sometimes just like I'm driving in my car and there's silence because I'm trying to, I wouldn't say necessarily channel, but just remember something long enough so whenever I get home, I can start at least write it down so I don't forget it or start working on it in some way to where I don't forget it.
Do you do memos on your phone and or did you not do memos?
That's another reason why I haven't got Wally because there are so many voice memos on here.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
I can't get rid of it. I just can't.
That makes sense. I get it.
There's so many. It's ridiculous how many. So Wally's going to be around, and the new phone, her name is Eva, of course.
Yes.
So Eva can have their time together before it's like, all right, Wally, I guess it's time for real. Let you go for real.
You don't have to. I mean, like, you never know when you might need it, or just for a calculator or theft deterrent. Throw that phone out and run off. Oh, it's a Wally.
I love that.
That's what Jen called
it. Carry 2 phones to try to if I'm gonna get held up here, take the phone. It's like
get out there.
Movie 2, whatever. What's his name? Chris Elliott is that his name with his hand? It's like grab my hand. It's like, no, man, give me the other one. No, you gotta take the little one. It's stronger.
Okay. And on that note, so that was a wonderful conversation we're having with Syrhea. about phones. It's Syrhea's gonna die laughing. So sorry, y'all.
I'm good. I swear I'm good.
Okay, excellent.
You're just so funny sometimes. I love you so much.
Oh
You
my
see me
goodness.
cry again. Tears of joy. Tears of sadness, tears of joy, y'all.
Tears of sadness, tears of joy. I mean, that's just how life is. It's a little bit of both, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so we're gonna sign off now. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all of the comments and questions in the chat room. I see you guys over here on YouTube. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Syrhea, thank you for coming on to Black Artists of Conversation.
Thank you for having me, Tiffany. Appreciate it.
Yay, I'm so glad to. All right.